Right, Ryan. Cooler temperatures out there. Finally, first Monday of fall.
That's
We're
right.
celebrating.
Yeah, and we're seeing the cooler air this morning, but a warmer afternoon is to come. 36 right now, Moriarty, 56 at the Sunport, and dropping. We're in the 40s for much of the Sandias, from Tijeras to Sandia Park and Edgewood. So yeah, 47 will drop to the lower 40s before we really begin to warm up later this morning. Commute in Edgewood. We're at 50 right now in the South Valley, 50 in Rio Rancho, 50 in Bernalillo. So these temperatures already for some below normal, but will rise to near above normal temperatures ahead. Near normal high temperatures today, but even warmer air is to come. Mostly clear skies right now, looking at the Duke City downtown buildings. Clear skies, light winds, dry air, allowing for radiational cooling. We see the light on top of the Sandias, indicative of good visibility. 56 right now at the Sunport. A very light wind from the north-northwest at 3 miles per hour. A 67% relative humidity value. Not too dry nor too humid, but drier compared to what we have been seeing. And typically we start to see even drier air for this time of the year, especially later in September and October with this monsoon high pressure system bringing in, of course, the hot air and the wet weather. Now it's moving southward, so not quite as warm weather as what we have been seeing, of course, as we get closer and closer to winter, and colder air, especially in October, starts to ride up along the jet stream in the Rocky Mountains, and we're starting to see that bleed, this morning into northern areas of New Mexico. Very calm weather for now, but we do notice the stormier weather out east. This won't go away too much, so with the low pressure out east and higher pressure out west, we'll kind of be in between all of that, so chilly mornings with dry air and warmer afternoons are to come. Hardly any clouds, let alone any rain across our viewing area this morning. So far, our low temperatures near freezing. Alamosa, 35 degrees. I think we may drop potentially below freezing before we really begin to warm up. In the high 60s, low 70s today for you guys. So far, our low temperature 42 in Las Vegas, 47 in Santa Fe, 56-degree low temperatures around the Sunport this morning, but I think we'll drop to right around 52 before we warm up near 80 degrees today. Even in the Pecos River Valley, low temperatures so far in the 50s and low 60s. Our low temperatures so far 44 in Durango, 50 in Farmington, 60 at the TRC, and a bit cool so far, a low temperature in Silver City at 50 degrees. And look at these temperatures rising a little bit more compared to yesterday. Near normalcy for this time of year. Close to 80 today in Albuquerque. Sunny and 75 in Santa Fe. 60s and 70s in northern and western areas. Even in the eastern plains, 70s and low 80s. Not nearly as hot as what we have been seeing. Similar compared to yesterday, but again, a far cry from what we saw last week. Near 100 in Roswell last week. Today, lower 80s. Mid to upper 80s to our friends in Las Cruces and Deming later today. Very sunny at 79 here in the Albuquerque metro. Chilly to warmer air. So from light jacket weather or long sleeve shirt weather to t-shirt weather throughout the morning and afternoon. Hardly any chances of rain, a few scattered showers in the northern mountains. And some clouds moving through the northern Rockies tonight into tomorrow morning to the northeastern highlands. There will be a surge of moisture moving from south to north tomorrow in the Pecos River Valley and also in the mountains, but only producing a few showers. Elsewhere, it'll be another mostly sunny day tomorrow and a warmer day. So sunny and 75 today in Durango, near 80 later this week, or even above that later this week. 68 today in Pagosa Springs, lows in the 30s and in the 40s. Farmington, upper 70s today, low to mid 80s later this week. Similar there in Gallup and Grand. So temperatures on the rise, more back to summer-like weather later this week. 80s today in Las Cruces and Alamogordo, 90s later this week. Camado, upper 70s today, low to mid 80s later this week. 80s today in Roswell, 90s later this week, as well as Carlsbad and Hobbs. In places like Ruidoso, Carrizoso, upper 70s. Now, I think even Hobbs may get close to 80 today, even though I think, some may be in the upper 70s nearby. Las Vegas, Mora, upper 60s, low 70s today. Tucumcari, upper 70s, low 80s, but warming up later this week and still remaining mostly dry. Now, a few showers are possible near Chama, although I still think most in the mountains will be rain-free. Look at that. About 59, 60 today in Red River, 70s today in Santa Fe, 80s returning late this week. Edgewood, Moriarty, Estancia, temperatures for the most part in the 70s today. 80s, though, do return later this week. For most in the metro, in the upper 70s, lower 80s, 90s return later this week. So summer is on its last legs. We'll see that summer-like weather pattern later this week. Now, a little bit more in the way of moisture. So out east, a little bit stormier. Out west, still dry. And at least, though, we'll have chilly mornings to come. So, yeah, the first Monday of fall, certainly feeling like it.
Yeah, the cooler mornings, the cooler evenings, all very welcomed sight.
Yeah, especially after the 4th hottest summer on record in
Yeah, it was
Albuquerque.
brutal. All right, thanks, Ryan.